How exactly is that movie, the documentary, helping the record sales?
So Universal's strategy here is they want to get more of what fans spend on music. So, typically when you hear about a film, it comes about because it's the idea of a writer or a director. But the film Amy came from the idea of Lucian Grange, the CEO of Universal. He was the one that approached Asif Kapadia, the director. And, it's grossed over $11 million, and they get a greater share of that spend, and it's part of their strategy, Grange told us, to do more in terms of short-form film content and longer-form film content.
Has anybody done this before?
This is inspired really by the success of films like Walk the Line, which you might remember was the Johnny Cash film,
yep,
and Ray, the Oscar-winning film about Ray Charles. So they're really kind of inspired by the success of documentaries or biopics. And no other studios are really doing this in the same way that Universal has in the past couple of years. They've got a lot coming out. They've already done a documentary with Nirvana called Montage of Heck, which has already seen its album sales grow at the same time as Amy Winehouse's album sales have grown. They've got a Beatles documentary coming out next year. Dr. Dre, who you might see in the news today, is dropping his first album in 16 years. He has a label within Universal. So they've been very active in monetizing the assets that they have.
Right, and I'm looking at the next title, Straight Outta Compton. Is that right? And then they're going to they're going to put out a compilation of songs, Best of NWA.
So Best of NWA is already a combination of NWA songs from the past, and that's already rising up the charts. That came back into the Billboard 200. But Dr. Dre himself, who the film is obviously based on, and his band members, I should say, he's releasing a new album, which is linked to the film.
And just on a final note, Anousha, all of this is because music sales have done so poorly, right?
So yeah, over the past few years, record labels haven't been able to make up the damage to sales that has happened from online piracy and the ability to hear music for free. So this is helping them recoup some of that spend.